Alright, factoring these polynomials are going to start getting a little bit more trickier. I'll just tell you. We have, what do we have? We got 3x squared. Plus xy plus 9x plus 3y. Okay, let's try to factor this thing. So like I said earlier, they're going to kind of become a puzzle. I'm going to rearrange some terms here. 3x squared. I'm going to take this 9x and bring it over here. We're just exchanging places with the 9x and the xy. Let's take a look at this one here first. We're going to factor out a 3 because it's common in both terms and an x. So you should be able to at least catch on to what I'm doing here. So that's going to leave us with an x plus 3. If you distribute this 3x back inside, we should get back the 3x squared and the 9x. That's one way to check your work. And we do. Now let's take a look at this xy plus 3y. What do they have in common? Well, we can factor out the y. And we're left with x plus 3. Now, do you see the big picture here? Maybe a bigger picture? Look now what we have. We have an x plus 3 in this term and an x plus 3 in this term here. And that means that we can factor that x plus 3 out. So let's do that. What are we left with? A 3x. That's this 3x here plus y. Right? This y here. Okay, so we were able... Take a look. What did we do? We had to group what's called grouping some terms together. We had to group some terms, and we had to kind of look into the future when we did this. Because when we grouped these terms together, we had to see in our mind, or see, we had to factor that out on our minds, that y, and see, oh, there's an x plus 3. And then the 3x squared plus the 9x, we're like, if we factor out a 3x, we're left with x plus 3. They both have common terms. We can factor the x plus 3 out. So like I said, it kind of becomes a puzzle now. Grouping terms and then factoring. Let's take a look at another one here. 5x cubed minus 20x squared plus 2x minus 8. You might be asking the question, why do we have to factor anyway? What is all this about? Well, when we later on in the story, you'll need to factor to find what's called the solutions to the equation. It's extremely important. All right, let's set an equal sign here. Let's do again some more grouping. Okay. If let's rewrite this, 5x cubed. So we intentionally write it like this, you know, the 20x squared here and the 2x here. But if I put a 2x over here on this side, just rearranging, minus 20x squared minus 8. Okay, what we're grouping is these two terms together, and we're grouping these two terms here together. Okay, and then we're factoring and hoping that when we do this, that there will be a common factor. What can we factor out? out of the 5x cubed and the 2x. They have in common the only thing is an x. So let's do that. Let's factor out an x. What are we left with? 5x squared, okay, plus 2. All right. A 5x squared plus 2. We've got to figure out somehow to factor this thing so we have a 5x squared plus 2 left. We can do that. What we're going to need to do here is because this is a plus sign, we're going to need to factor. We got to make this a plus, right? In order to do that, we're going to factor a negative out. Okay, factor out a negative. Let's pull out negative 4. Let's look at this. So this sign here becomes positive now. 4 goes into 25 times. Can't factor any x's out. This becomes a plus. 4 goes into 8 2 times. All right, look at that. So as you can see now, we have a 5x squared and a 5x squared. So we'll be able to factor that 5x squared out. All right, let's do that. So 5x squared plus 2. Now when we factor that out, what are we left with? An x and minus 4. Minus 4. Okay. Okay, so these are a little bit, getting a little bit more trickier. And we group terms. Look for common factors and do it. You know, just do it. All right. I guess that's enough. That's enough for you to think about. And I'll see you in the next video. I think we got a few more problems left in this section, I believe. Let me look. 1, 2. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. No, we just got one more problem left. One more, and it's a tricky one. All right, I'll see you in the next video.